everybody, Coltonar here. Welcome back to more NCAA Football 2006. In the last episode, we shut out Northwestern 73-0, and Antonio Pittman, he went off. And that's why he's going to win the Heisman. But we have one more game to play. And it's that team up north, aka Michigan. And I am talking very serious because if we somehow lose this football game to Michigan, I might just flip out. Who knows? I might flip out. I might scream into the microphone. Who knows? But this is a very serious game. Because it's more than just a rivalry game. It's war. So here we go. Number 3 Ohio State against number 5. That team up north. Ugh. So here we go. I believe this is the game of the week, right? Yep, game of the week. And it's a night game in Ann Arbor. So, let's do this. So as you can see, we are 10-0, 7-0 in the Big Ten. And then that team up north is 9-1 overall, 6-1 in the Big Ten. And this is for the outright title. We win this game, we're outright Big Ten champions. We lose, we share the title with Michigan. So yeah, everything is on the line here. And a trip to the national championship in the Rose Bowl is on the line as well.
Joined in the booth by Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. The fans have dressed in layers, and we'll see some cold temps for the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. What a ride it's going to be, as we have one of the biggest rivalries ever, not just in college football, but in all of sports. Here come the Wolverines. Kirk, how do you see this?
And here come the Buckeyes. And there's Antonio Pittman. He's got 50 rushing touchdowns, almost 2,800 yards rushing. He's getting warmed up. And Corso's going with the Buckeyes to beat Michigan.
We've heard Lee Corso's pick. Now let's take it down to the field for the action about to begin. Here's the coin toss.
Alright, since we're the away team, we get to select either heads or tails. We're going tails. And Michigan's won the toss. They're going to receive. So that means we get the ball in the second half. That's what I wanted to see. So, will this be a co-championship or a outright championship? We're about to find out right now. It's that team up north and Ohio State in Ann Arbor. And they're going to bring up to the 20-yard line here.
Well, folks, you're in for a treat today. Taking the field for this offense.
And there's Michigan's quarterback, Chad Henne.
Offense really thrives on him getting things going on the ground.
But Brad, it's not going to be easy.
Dropping back to pass, and wow. Incomplete. All right, 2nd and 10 for that team up north.
The Wolverines with 4 receivers.
And they fake the pitch, and he's going to keep it, and that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. He got sacked. And now it's 3rd and 12 for the Wolverines. Dropping back to pass, and yep, he's going to get sacked again. Chad Henne just got sacked again by the Buckeye defense. My goodness. And now it's 4th and 18. They got a punt away.
The Wolverines line up to punt. Number 36 gets it off.
And here's Ted Ginn Jr. And not a lot of return yards on that one.
field for the first.
So that's fine. And here comes the Ohio State offense. And this is the 10th ranked toughest stadium.
Come out in a two tight end set.
Don't know how it's tough.
Up the middle. And he's taken down.
All right, short gain on that one. 1 yard. That's fine.
That's right, because he's gained more yardage on the ground this season than any other back to come through this school.
I'll tell you what, this guy's been doing it week in and week out all year.
Oh boy.
He's been breaking records his whole life. You know,
They're literally stopping Pittman in his tracks. All right. Time to switch it up to the seam attack.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 49-yard.
Either Holmes or Ginn is going to catch this football.
Number 10 is back in the gun.
Smith back to pass. Throwing it to Ginn. Incomplete. Off his shoulder pad. It'll be 4th and 8, and we will have to punt away.
They line up to punt this one away. Number 15 gets it off. It's a low line drive.
And that'll be a touchback.
This defense did a good job on the last series. They forced the offense to go 3 plays and out.
And now they're looking to build off of that and shut them down again right here.
All right, 1st and 10 for that team up north.
The Wolverines line up in an I formation. Back to pass.
And he drops back to pass, and he got sacked again.
The 4th-year man at defensive end brings down the quarterback for the sack.
And this guy was a possible Heisman Trophy candidate. And he's been sacked 3 times already. Bruh.
Michigan comes to the
Just
line,
bruh.
in the backfield.
And he's getting sacked again, this time A.J. Hawk.
That one
And look at that.
the NCAA
He broke the
record book.
career sacks record. A.J. Hawk broke the career sacks record for Ohio State. My goodness.
Great-looking football player. Not only is this kid big,
A.J. Hawk is on fire right now.
he's a superstar.
From the gun. He dropped it back. He steps up, looking. Wants to
And he
go
throws
onside.
incomplete.
Well, that was an impressive stand by the defense.
Almost got picked off by Ohio State, but it was incomplete. And Michigan now has to punt away. Ted Ginn Jr. is back deep to return this punt.
Away. Number 36 gets it off.
All right, let's see what we can do here. And there goes Ted Ginn Jr. Almost made it to the 30-yard line, but that was a good return.
Go 3 plays and out.
And now they're looking to build.
All right, 1st and 10 here at Michigan's 32-yard line.
Capitalize on the good field position here. They line up in a double
And it off to
set.
Pittman.
On the ground.
There goes Pittman. He's got the first down, and he's got more.
And he's tackled. And the halfback ripped off a nice gain.
And that's a really good run
Hey, this
for
kid's
Pittman there.
back. Let's see if
We're
they
now
can
at Michigan's 14-yard line
Ball on the 14-yard line.
as the big house tries to get loud.
Come out in a 2 tight end set.
Ohio State's trying to score a touchdown, breaking tackles left and right. It's Pittman.
Stop. They go with a run, and that'll be a gain of 9.
And that's, oh, it's almost a first down. I thought he got the first down.
Ohio State.
Oh, it's right on the line, bro.
Offense.
So far, so good. They got themselves in the top 10 of the country.
all year long. These guys have been almost impossible to
And off to Pittman. And that's a first down, I believe.
Back runs for the first.
The reason
Yep,
that
first
play
down.
was successful
First down, Antonio Pittman.
got a good push up front. All the back had to do was run past that little yellow line right there.
Ohio State goes with the ace.
And Pittman almost got to the goal line.
3 yards on that run.
He is short a yard. 2nd and goal. Ball's on Michigan's 1-yard line.
Ohio State lines up in a double tight.
And he's in! Touchdown, Ohio State!
And he
The Buckeyes strike first against that team up north.
college football. But in the history of the sport, no one has ever rushed.
And that's the 51st touchdown of the season for Antonio Pittman.
All year. And he wanted to emphasize that he wouldn't be breaking this record if he didn't have those
I believe it's the
big
51st
offensive
rushing
linemen
touchdown.
blocking for him. He said that this record was for those guys.
Because I think he has a total of 52, because I remember he had a... I think he had a passing touchdown, didn't he? Maybe? I'm not sure. But either way, he has 51 rushing touchdowns.
The PAT. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary.
And he's definitely locked up the Heisman. Pittman's got the Heisman. No doubt about
Number
it.
17 and number 15, back deep to return. Here's the kick. The offense gets ready to start a new drive as they just couldn't get anything going on their last possession, going 3 and out. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
First and 10.
Michigan sets up with 4 receivers. They'll throw on first down. He's got to throw it in a hurry. And now he's got room to run. And down he goes. And a good call that time.
Yeah, and in my opinion, it's plays like this that can have a lot of success against this defense.
All right, 2nd and inches from Michigan.
Ball on their own 30. The Wolverines go with the I formation.
Fakes the handoff, throws, and that's a first down.
And they push him out.
First down, just nothing wrong with that.
It was a good play call. Just take what the defense gives you.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 33. The Wolverines come out showing 3 wide. They'll give it off here. And they make the stop. About 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 37-yard line.
37-yard line.
Michigan comes out with an I formation. Back to pass. Throw. And it's caught. Brought down. About 5 yards that time on the throw.
All right, a crucial 3rd down here.
Coming up on this play. Ball on the 42.
Gotta stop these guys from getting
They
the
line up in the jumbo
first down.
set. Again to the fullback.
And they got it.
Well, he got
Of
just
course.
what he needed on that one.
My friend, that's right. You gotta love those short down situations.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 43. Single set backfield. The counter. There's a stiff arm. They'll bring him down. 4-yard gain by the back.
Gain of 4 on the play.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 47-yard line.
47-yard line.
Number 7 with 3 wide receivers. Steps up.
Up, and that's a sack.
The quarterback
Sack on Chad Henne.
for the sack.
They've got to do a better job up front with their pass protection.
If they don't start picking up everybody, then this quarterback's going to be pretty sore in the morning. That's for sure.
All right, this will be the final play of the first quarter, and sacked again.
6th sack of the ball game for this defense.
Let me say one thing. This defense is good. I mean, real good.
They sure are, Coach. They're blitzing, they're stunning, they're confusing this quarterback to death.
And
at the end of one, Ohio State leads 7-0.
Michigan, nothing.
And Michigan will punt the ball away to start the second quarter here.
38-yard line.
They send out the punting unit.
Back to punt. Number 7, back to return.
It's off, and it is a dandy. Number 7.
And
field
here's
15.
Ted Ginn Jr.
They did a great job on their last drive, moving the ball down.
All right, got to the 30-yard
See
line.
if they can duplicate that on this
1st and 10 for Ohio State.
At the 30. 2 tight ends here. Tackle. Picked up a yard of anything on that run. It's 2nd
All right, a yard gain there. 2nd and 9 here for Ohio State.
Come out in a 2 tight end set. Missed tackle.
Breaking tackles and another good rush. 3rd and 3 here.
We've got 3rd and 3 here.
And we're first in the country for 3rd down conversions.
Single set backfield.
And there goes Pittman! Pittman!
And he's taken down. He picked up big yardage on that one.
That was a great run. Look at that.
He's on a roll.
Got all the way to the 36-yard line. That's another first down.
Ball on the 36. Ohio State comes to the line.
And there goes Pittman, another first down.
Brought down to the open field. Picked up big yards there, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good job in reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
1st and 10. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. Ohio State goes with the ace set here. They'll give it off here. And down he goes. And that one goes for a big, big first down.
All right, another first down.
Successfully like that, that defense starts to creep up a little bit. That's when you go to the air, my friend. Over the top.
Oh, boy.
The man at wideout. He's feeling it right now.
That blitz couldn't have worked any better for the defense.
That was a big tackle there. And there was no gain on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 10 here. Ball's on the 14. And there's Pittman, breaks a tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. And the crowd goes silent. And now it's time to attempt the extra point. Josh Houston to kick this one. And he got it.
And he tacks on the extra point. And with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, our score, Ohio State 14, Michigan nothing. Number 23 is lined up to kick this one off. And he got all of this one. Great kick. Number 17 fields it in the end zone. Tries to juke. The offense comes back on the field, hoping to build.
And Michigan will start their drive at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10.
They'll get the ball here at the 15-yard line.
3:30 left in the first half here. Chad Henne drops back to pass. And it's caught and out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 6 here.
It's 2nd down and 6 to go. Ball on the 19-yard line. The impact player at running back is in the zone right now.
They hand it off, and it's a short gain.
Brought down. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
1 yard gain on the play.
3rd and 5 coming
3rd and 5. Crucial 3rd down here.
Number 7 with 4 wide receivers. Drops back to pass.
Drops back to pass. He throws. It's caught.
The senior makes the catch.
That's just airing it out on 3rd down.
That was more than enough to pick up the first down. Next time, this defense will be playing on their heels.
First and 10. Ball right around midfield.
All right, 1st and 10 here for that team up north.
Number 20 wants the ball. We'll see if they give it to him. They go with a toss.
And the running back throw the football this time. And it's caught for another first down.
It's 1st and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive. One man backfield.
And Chad Henne got sacked again.
This kid has had a remarkable year getting to the quarterback.
Loss of 4 on that play.
All year, and he just broke the school record for sacks in one season.
Let me tell you something. I talked to one quarterback that played against this kid, and he told me that before he snapped the ball, he had to always know where.
And that's another first down for that team up north.
The defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result is a first down.
A little juke. And he's tackled.
And we just gave up another first down.
That was a great job by that big
What is going on?
Yeah, it really was, Brad. And also, a nice read by the ball carrier to find that running lane.
When you break one like that, you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
Juke move. And down he goes. Michigan calls a timeout.
And Michigan's calling a timeout here. Okay, this time I think we're going to go blitz here.
Let's see if they can take this one in for 6. And they hit him in the backfield.
All right, blitz worked that time. That's good. Let's do it again.
Nice job of plugging up all the gaps and the possible cutback lanes by
We
the
have the
defense.
#1 ranked defense in the country.
It's power football time, folks.
And Henny throws, and it's picked! Picked
Looks like the quarterback was
by number 9,
Let me tell you,
Dante Whitner.
there and take a hit and make the throw. This kid's got to stand.
All right, we can stop with the excessive celebration, Dante. We got the pick. Let's just move along because we got a lot of football game to play. Dante Whitner, number 9, with the pick, and now we have the football. No, we fumbled. We get the ball back. Get the ball back. Holy crap, that turned almost into a disaster.
Yo, Kurt, is it somebody's birthday on defense?
I don't know. Where are you going with this one, Coach?
Well, it's got to be somebody's birthday because this running back is handing out presents out there. Either that or he's doing his best to get benched.
Now I got you, Coach.
Oh, and here's Pittman. Oh my goodness! Look at Antonio Pittman go! And he's inside the 45-yard line. What a rush by Antonio Pittman.
Everybody's short list of Heisman candidates. He just is a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, don't forget, he's such a great young man as well. When you sit down and have a conversation with him, you'll be very impressed with him.
1st and 10. Ball on the 44.
All right, 1st and 10 here for Ohio State.
They'll keep it on the ground again.
And that's going to be a tackle, not for a loss. Okay, I thought that was going to be a tackle for a loss, but it's not.
Just at the right time. He went right through the offensive line and nailed him for a long.
All right, 1 minute left to play in the first half here.
They keep it on the ground with a tailback. They'll bring him down.
And only a yard on that rush, okay. Now it's time to go shotgun formation here. Seam attack.
Now it's 3rd and 9 coming up, and this is the 5th play of the current drive. Ohio State comes to the line with 3 wide. Back to pass. He's looking.
Gonna throw it to Ginn, and it's picked off.
A well-timed interception there.
Well, they're still down by a couple of scores, but the turnover certainly helps their chances. If they score on this drive, they're right back in the game.
They'll take over at the 15-yard line.
We picked them off, they picked us off. Great. Just great.
Michigan goes with the ace set here.
Chad Henne hands it off, and loss of 1 yard on that play.
Pull him down for a loss.
A nice call by the defensive coordinator. It's like he's in their huddle sometimes.
It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball on the 14-yard line.
20 seconds left in the first half.
Comes out with 2 tight ends.
Are you kidding me?
All
Really?
over the place, and they'll
I did not even move my frickin'...
Well, the offense is
I did not move him,
penalty.
You bet they are.
but the game said, oh, you did.
2nd and 6.
What a frickin' bunch of baloney. Did not even move it. Did not move the left stick. Okay, I guess they're not going to run a play.
And we've reached halftime.
And it's halftime. We lead
Score at the break.
14-0
14,
at the
Michigan
half.
nothing.
So we get the ball to start the second
We'll
half.
be kicking off to start the second half. Kicks it off.
And Ginn is back deep to return.
Number 7 takes it at the 4. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let
All
you
right,
know
got to the
that our game is
26.
brought to you by EA Sports. They'll start this drive at the 26-yard line. 2 tight ends here. Up the
And here's
middle.
Pittman.
There he goes. Broke away from
Oh, and he
the
fumbled again!
down. The offense
But luckily it got
possession
recovered.
after the fumble by
Okay.
the running back.
It's a good thing.
Thank
they
God.
can't afford a turnover right now.
1st and 10. Ball on the 36. Single set backfield. They keep it on the ground with the tailback.
Oh, and he fumbled again! Oh, Santonio Holmes recovers it. Oh, thank God.
The running back put the ball on the ground, but the offense keeps possession.
Yo, Kurt, is it somebody's birthday on defense?
I don't know. Where are you going with this one, Coach?
Well, it's got to be
Jeez.
somebody's birthday because this running back is handing
Michigan
out
is
presents out there.
trying
Either
to
that or he's doing his best to get benched.
Go crazy with the hit stick. Like, seriously.
You'll get the call again. Not a lot on that one.
All right. Run game's not working. We got to pass this ball.
3rd and 7.
We're 1 for 3 on third down conversions. Can we be 2 for 4?
He drops back. Looking.
Gonna throw it to Holmes deep.
Down the left side.
And he's caught it! Santonio Holmes! Touchdown, Ohio State!
Terrific pass and a wide out.
61 yards!
Brad, the wide receiver's route was the key on that play.
You're right, Kirk.
What a pass from Troy Smith to Santonio Holmes.
Wait, a lot more.
All right, now it's time to attempt the extra point.
And he hits the PAT. Over 4
And it's
minutes
good.
remaining here in the third
We
quarter.
now lead
The score,
21-0.
Michigan, nothing. Ohio State is ready to kick it away. He hits a booming kick. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. The offensive coordinator told us that sometimes they really live and die with.
All right, 1st and 10 here for Michigan.
Today.
Well, he's the go-to guy for this offense. He's the guy that can go the distance for them when they need a big play and when he's not getting it done.
Chad Henne hands it off, and short gain there.
To make a long story short, they're losing this football game because their star running back has no room to run against these swarming linebackers. I'm not saying anybody expected him
2nd and
to
8
be
for
able to run on
Michigan.
this defense, but they better find ways to get him in the open field before it's too late.
High formation here. Here's the give. Little shake and bake move.
And they get the first down.
That was a pretty good run.
Incredible effort there running the football by this guy.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 32. Number 7 has 4 receivers lined up here. Comes across the middle.
Intercepted! Ashton Ubodi!
Oh, boy. I bet he knew as soon as he released that football that he shouldn't have made the throw. That's the thing. When you're under that kind of pressure, it takes away that one split second you need to scan the area so you know where it's a safe throw.
And that's why a pass rush is so crucial to a defense. It allows you to intercept those passes.
Chad Henne throws another pick, and it's to Ashton Ubodi. And now we got good field position. We're at the Michigan 36 now. 1st and 10.
One man backfield.
Pittman almost got the first down
That's a
there.
gain of 8. 2nd and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 28-yard line. They line up in a double tight set. On the
Oh
ground,
yeah,
tailback.
another first down for
Brought down in
Pittman.
the open field. And the halfback ripped off a nice gain there to get him the first.
Hey, this kid's a good-looking back. Let's see if they go to him again.
And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most.
And another first down for Pittman.
And again they run the same
And
play.
let's go no huddle on this
You
one.
know what? I don't blame them. If they can consistently get good runs like this, why change?
Up, and that's going to be a penalty on Michigan. And it's going to be a touchdown.
Looked like
A penalty on Michigan.
official call.
And a touchdown for Ohio State.
Offside.
Offsides defense. We're going to decline the penalty. And it'll be 6 on the board for Ohio State. And Lloyd Carr is not happy about it. And my response, deal with it. And now it's time to attempt the extra point.
And he tacks on the extra point.
And it's good.
Pontiac drive summary, bringing you fuel for the soul. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick.
And that's a touchback.
I know the first thing I wanted to do after throwing a pick was to come out that next drive and throw. Let the defense know that I wasn't intimidated.
And how many times did you go right back in there and throw another pick?
Lee, as you know, a quarterback needs a short memory, so I really don't remember, Scooter. You know better.
He jukes, and they make the stop. A 2-yard run by the halfback.
Oh, man. Antonio Pittman has over 3,000 yards rushing.
It's 2nd down and 8.
That's awesome.
22-yard line. Michigan lines up in a double tight set. They're going to pitch it.
And that's a tackle for a loss. Anthony Schlegel with that tackle.
Not much you can say there. The defense just shot in and blew up that
3rd down for Michigan.
Coming up. Ball on the 17. Number 7 with 4 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Throws it to the outside. And that one's fallen in.
And that is incomplete.
Yeah, he just had to pull the string.
And now it's 4th and 13. Michigan's got a punt.
The Wolverines line up to punt. Number 36 gets it off. Number 7 takes
And not a lot of return there.
again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. They'll get the ball here at the 43-yard line. Ohio State goes with the ace set here.
There's Antonio Pittman still on his feet.
And he's tackled, and that'll be a gain of 10 by the running back.
Gain of 10 on the play.
2nd down and short. Ball right
Well, it'll be
around
2nd
midfield.
and inches, but bro, it's on the 1st down marker. Come on.
Inside give, and he's going to lose yards on this one.
And that's a loss of
He
yardage.
couldn't get past those big linemen.
You
It's
got
not
that
good.
right. They sacrificed their bodies in there and stuffed it.
3rd and 1. Ball on the 48-yard line. The Buckeyes come out in the ace formation.
There we go, 1st
Down
down.
he goes.
1st
And he's
down.
got it.
Wow, what a fantastic season-long performance by this young man. Of all the great runners who have played college football, no one ever rushed the ball for this many yards in one season.
That's right, Kirk. And our congratulations go out to this young man. Super season.
A 2-yard run by the halfback. 2nd and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 43-yard line. The Buckeyes come out in a 2 tight end set. Sheds that one.
Oh, yeah.
He breaks free.
Keep going.
And he's taken down.
And that's a
Picked up
1st
big
down.
yards there, and he's going to have a 1st down.
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good job of reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
It's 1st and 10, and this is the 6th play of the drive. They come out with a big set. And he's stopped behind the line. They didn't let him get anything going on that play.
No, they didn't. Heck, they didn't even let him get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 coming up here. This is a 7th play.
All
of
right,
this drive.
2nd and 12
The
here.
Buckeyes line up with 2 tight ends. Here's the give. Tackle. A 2-yard run by the halfback.
All right, time to go with the pass play.
The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. Back to pass. Looks.
Gonna throw it to Pittman.
They'll bring him down.
And not a lot of stuff on that play.
Incredible. They saw that
Try to
coming
screen
a mile
pass
away.
I
then.
think you got to give your quarterback a little bit more time, especially on 3rd down.
And we're gonna go for the field goal. But I think that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Yep.
To kick the field goal, and he's going to have to get a leg into this one, unless we see some sort of miracle.
And that's the end of the 3rd. We lead Michigan 28-0.
Michigan, nothing.
And you know what? Since we made it to the 4th quarter, let's go for it. Why not? Gonna run the same passing play we did before. Wide receiver posts.
The Buckeyes come out showing 3 wide. He's looking.
And I got sacked.
And they get the sack. What do you think of their choice to go for it there?
Let me say one thing about that coaching decision. Kick the field goal next time. You'd be a lot better off.
Alright, so we turn the ball over on downs.
1st and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Michigan at the 35.
Michigan lines up with 3 receivers. They'll give it off here. And he's taken down. 3-yard gain by the running back.
3-yard gain on the play.
It's 2nd down and 7 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. Number 20 is dangerous. Let's see if they put the ball in his hands. He drops back. He zips it out to the left. Complete. And he's shoved out of bounds.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 for Michigan.
Number 7 lines up in the shotgun. They'll throw on 1st down. He'll dump this one off. Tackle. And the completion nets some very little yardage. Coach, what's up with that play?
I'll tell you, those defenders crashed in and got him in a hurry. No chance to get anything there.
Michigan comes to the line with 3 wide. He'll get it again. He jukes it. And they make the stop. Nothing gained on the play.
No gain on the play.
It's 3rd down and 7 to go. Ball on the
3rd down for
46-yard line.
Michigan.
1-man backfield. Drops back to pass. Steps up. Looking. Down the middle. And he pulls it down.
Wow.
The passing game hasn't done much today.
I'll tell you what, sweetheart, this quarterback needs to work on his accuracy. Half the
They
time,
caught
I don't
that.
think he knows
That's
which
crazy.
team he's throwing it to.
All right. Another 1st down for Michigan.
Michigan comes out with an I formation. Gets the ball.
And sacked by A.J. Hawk.
With a sack. We just saw what makes this young man an All-American.
Well, get used to it. This guy's going to make himself a name playing on Sunday.
2nd down, and they got 15 for the 1st down. And this is the 7th play of the current drive. Michigan sets up in the I. Finds his receiver. Brought down.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a 1st down 9 out of 10 times.
They're in the red zone.
And sacked again.
Last time they got intercepted. This young guy might be feared by more quarterbacks than anyone in the country.
That's probably because he's the best at what he does in the whole country.
2nd and 15, and this is the 9th play of the current drive. They line up in an I. They'll throw again. Defense.
And he's sacked again.
The sack. So the defensive end.
Man, Chad Henne's getting sacked to left and right.
When you send the extra man like they did here.
Let's take a look at that replay here.
To burst into the backfield for a big sack.
Mike Kudala with that sack. And now it's 3rd and 21
So
at their own
another
25.
coming for the offense. Single set back.
Drops back to pass, throws, and they lost yardage on that
They lose a
pass.
couple there.
Oh, and they're going to go for it. They don't want to take the easy points. They want to go for it because they know they're down by a whole lot. And they're going to go for it here. 4th and 23.
Let's see if the defense is ready.
Jenny back to throw. And he got sacked again by who? A.J. Hawk. And Michigan turns over on downs.
At the 31.
With 2:24 left, all we can do is just run that football.
Come out in the ace formation. They'll give it off here. And he's tackled. He got back to the line of scrimmage. But not
Back to the line of scrimmage on that one. All right, the play clock starts. The game clock continues to run.
Ball on the 31-yard line. The Buckeyes line up with 2 tight ends.
2 minutes to go here.
On the ground.
Hand off the ball, and that's almost a 1st down.
And the halfback gets about 7 yards.
Pittman almost has 250 yards rushing. He almost has it.
We got 3rd and 3 here. Ball on their own 38.
3rd and 3 here.
Lines up in a double tight set.
And off to Pittman, and that's a first down, and I think that's going to be the game.
Looked like the same play again.
And that is the third time in a row they run that play.
I think you're right. This defense has to regroup here and devise a scheme to counter this play.
It's 1st and 10.
And Antonio Pittman, player of the game with over 250 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. And there's no doubt in my mind that he is the winner of the Heisman Trophy. Antonio Pittman deserves the Heisman because he ran the ball like he's supposed to. He's got a ton of yards, ton of touchdowns. He's obviously a lock for the Heisman. Automatic lock for the Heisman. Ooh, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss there.
The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they
But I think this first down, if we get it, that'll be it.
State.
Yep, and that's a first down and more. And there we go. Nail in the coffin. Touchdown, Ohio State. And you could start the party, Columbus. Because Ohio State's going to the Rose Bowl to play for the national championship. And you know what? Just to rub it in, let's go for 2.
They're crowding the line. They keep it under.
And we got the 2!
And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Now, you're probably like, why did you go for 2, Colton? Well, as a once famous head coach once said, because they wouldn't let me go for 3. It's a very good quote. And somebody put that quote on a t-shirt. And I actually own that t-shirt. It's a quote from Woody Hayes. It's a really good quote and a really good t-shirt.
Number 12 has 4 receivers lined up here. They'll throw on 1st down.
And that's caught, and not a whole lot there. 5 yards only.
2nd and 5 coming up here.
So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the game. I shut out Michigan, and I still have yet to lose to them. And we finished the regular season 11-0, undefeated, 8-0 in the Big Ten. And we are the Big Ten champions, and we're headed to the Rose Bowl to play for the national championship. Probably against Florida.
Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Ohio State is one happy group of guys right now. Nothing is more gratifying.
And Antonio Pittman definitely is going to win the Heisman there.
So for Lee Corso,
He is going to win the Heisman, no doubt.
everybody, and thanks for tuning in.
Alright, now time for the individual stats and scores of today's game. So, Troy Smith, 2 for 4, 62 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then Antonio Pittman, 38 rushes, 308 yards, 4 touchdowns, longest rush is 54 yards. Had 3 fumbles, but those fumbles did not matter. Antonio Pittman, 1 reception, 1 yard. Santonio Holmes, 1 reception, 61 yards, 1 touchdown. All right. And that's another W over Michigan. Ha ha ha. Mike Kudala and AJ Hawk had 5 sacks. And Antonio Pittman 4 rushing touchdowns. Nice. Now it's time to advance the week. Up, and we move back up to number 2 in the polls. Michigan slipped to 11th. Oh, yeah. That's a good Sports Illustrated cover. Alright, now the bowl rankings. Florida and Ohio State number 2. So that obviously means we are definitely a lock for the national championship. Unless something happens and Texas A&M just decides to jump us. And we're back at number 2 in the coaches poll. USC back in the top 10. Oklahoma slipped from 10th to 15th. Ouch. Bowling Green's in 18th now. Boise State joins the top 25. NC State joins the top 25. Kansas joins the top 25. Tennessee joins the top 25. Wow. UTEP slipped from 15th to 25th. Ouch. And here's the Heisman race so far. So it looks like, yeah, definitely gonna have the Heisman to Antonio Pittman. And yeah, he has a reception touchdown too. So in total, if you combine rushing touchdowns and receiving touchdowns, Antonio Pittman has 55 touchdowns this season for rushing and receiving. That's incredible. Over 3,000 yards rushing, 392 carries. And now here's AJ Hawk's statistics: 85 tackles, 64 of them for a loss, 41 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. And then here's Ted Ginn Jr.'s stats here this season: 1,962 yards, all that are all-purpose, and 18 total touchdowns. And then here's Texas Tech's quarterback and Texas Tech's wide receiver. They're in the running for the Heisman right now. And we already looked at the awards finalists, but we'll check them again. Yeah, Antonio Pittman's going to win the Maxwell. AJ Hawk's going to win the Benark. And Pittman's going to win the Doak Walker Award. I really hope Ted Ginn wins the best wide receiver, but he probably won't, which sucks. We got a lock for best offensive lineman. Nick Mangold lock for the Remington. Mike Kudala probably won't win the Lombardi. AJ Hawk will win best linebacker. Ashton Ubodi, I really want him to win the Jim Thorpe Award, but he might not. We got nobody for the Lou Groza Award. Best punter, that's a lock. Best returner, that's a lock. Ted Ginn Jr. for best returner, that's a lock. And look, best coach, Jim Tressel. That has to be a lock. If it's not, I'm sad. And let's take a look at the bowl projections right now. So, still has Ohio State and Florida for the Rose Bowl National Championship game. Alabama and Virginia for the Orange Bowl. USC and Texas A&M for the Fiesta Bowl. Louisville and Georgia for the Sugar Bowl. Michigan and Arkansas for the Capital One Bowl. West Virginia, Miami for the Gator Bowl. LSU, Texas Tech, Cotton Bowl. Outback Bowl has Ole Miss, Northwestern. Peach Bowl has Tennessee and NC State. Oregon versus Michigan State in the Sun Bowl. Illinois, Mississippi State for the Music City Bowl. Texas, UCLA Holiday Bowl. Purdue and Nebraska for the Alamo Bowl. Notre Dame gets an at-large bid. That's crazy. Wisconsin still projected to play Bowling Green in the Motor City Bowl for some reason. I just don't know. Ooh, an at-large bid for Connecticut? That's crazy. UConn going to the Poinsettia Bowl. Players of the Week. Antonio Pittman got Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week. And a look at the Big Ten Conference standings, and there you go. We are the outright Big Ten champions. And with that, I don't believe there's a whole lot of football left to go on. Ooh, Texas and Texas A&M. You know what? Let's simulate this game. Up, Texas A&M won. Oh boy. Well, that just put a wrench in things. Texas A&M now could possibly, they could possibly play in the national championship, and we probably won't. Wow, Nebraska shut out Colorado. Toledo destroyed Bowling Green. That's gonna change the top 25 a whole lot. LSU over Arkansas. Ooh, Florida State and Florida. Florida won in overtime with a field goal. That's crazy. UTEP beat SMU. Boise State lost. They're going to be out of the top 25. Ole Miss won. Virginia upsets Miami. Tennessee over Kentucky, and that's it for the top 25 games. So we'll just simulate the rest of the week here. I think the next week is Army-Navy. But as you guys know, the week takes a long time to advance. It's even making me tired for some reason. Oh, we got some top 25 games. Louisville, Connecticut, UCLA, USC. Connecticut upsets Louisville, wow. And USC wins against UCLA, so USC won the Pac-10 championship there. Up, and there's Army-Navy. Army wins! Yay! Go Army! Hawaii beats San Diego State. And then Fresno State beats Louisiana Tech. Time to advance the week again! Whoop-de-doo-doo. It'll take 5 ever to advance the week. And there we go. Ohio State has won the Big Ten championship. And cool, a commit. Nice. Alright, so here are the conference championship games. Toledo Bowling Green again. And then you got Alabama, Florida, Nebraska, Texas A&M, NC State, Virginia, UAB, UTEP. Alright, let's take a look at the bowl rankings. Okay, so the bowl rankings stay the same. Top 25 stays the same. Yep. Up. USC. Yep. Pac-10 champions. USC. Up. Connecticut won the Big East. Wow, UConn won the Big East championship over Louisville. We still got the ACC championship to go about. And then, let's see. Alright, Utah won the Mountain West championship. Middle Tennessee State won the Sun Belt championship. Boise State's the WAC champion. Alright, time to find out who wins these conference championship games. So, Toledo and Bowling Green. Toledo's the MAC champion. SEC title. Florida wins, so it'll be Ohio State, Florida for the national championship, I hope. Texas A&M beat Nebraska in the Big 12 championship. NC State wins the ACC championship. And UTEP wins the Conference USA championship. Alright, well, I don't know if we're actually going to be in the national championship. The polls will have to decide. The BCS polls will have to decide. Will we go to the national championship, or are we going to an at-large bid? Alright, here are the yearly awards. Ted Ginn Jr., Return of the Year. Nice. AJ Hawk, Linebacker of the Year. Nick Mangold wins the Remington Trophy. Ooh, we got Offensive Lineman of the Year. That's number 77, Rob Sims. He is the Offensive Lineman of the Year. Up, Antonio Pittman, Doak Walker Running Back Award winner. AJ Hawk, Chuck Bonark Award. Ooh, Antonio Pittman, Maxwell Award winner. Up! And there it is. We're headed to the Rose Bowl National Championship game against Florida. And up, it's time to award the Heisman. So let's see who wins the Heisman. It has to be Antonio Pittman. If it's not, that's crazy.
I'm Brad Nessler, and I want to thank
Up, there's Antonio Pittman,
in New York City for the presentation
Texas Tech's quarterback.
As you all know, this is a
Ted
very
Ginn
special
Jr.
award. The winner will go down in history with all the other
And
former greats that have
AJ
won this award
Hawk.
before him.
And Texas A&M's quarterback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Heisman Trophy. Congratulations.
And it's AJ Hawk! He wins the Heisman Trophy! Whoa! I did not think that would happen. Oh, I thought that was Antonio Pittman's Heisman to win. But no, AJ Hawk is the Heisman Trophy winner. Okay, we gotta see the Heisman voting. Wow. The mass disrespect for Antonio Pittman, man. I really thought Antonio was gonna win the Heisman. But no, it seems the Heisman voters believe AJ Hawk was the Heisman Trophy winner. That's crazy. I honestly thought Antonio Pittman was going to win the Heisman. But no. AJ Hawk won the Heisman. I mean, I have 3 guys in the running for the Heisman, so obviously we were coming out with a Heisman Trophy no matter what. But, yeah. AJ Hawk, Heisman Trophy winner. Over Antonio Pittman and Ted Ginn Jr., his teammates. And over the quarterbacks of Texas A&M and Texas Tech. Alright. That's crazy. Alright, so here are the bowl games. So, Tulsa, Mid-Tennessee State for the New Orleans Bowl. Champs Sports Bowl, Kansas and Bowling Green. GMAC Bowl, Miami, Ohio versus Houston. Poinsettia Bowl, Western Michigan versus San Diego State. Fort Worth Bowl, Southern Miss versus Kansas State. Las Vegas Bowl, West Virginia versus TCU. Hawaii Bowl, Nevada and UAB. And that's the second bowl week. Third bowl week, MPC Computers Bowl, Boise State and UNLV. And that's basically a home field advantage game for Boise State because it's in Boise, Idaho. Motor City Bowl, Louisiana Tech and Toledo. Independence Bowl, Tennessee and Oklahoma. Insight Bowl, Pittsburgh and Washington. Nebraska and Michigan State for the MasterCard Alamo Bowl. Auburn and Cincinnati for the Meineke Car Care Bowl. New Mexico State and Colorado for the Houston Bowl. Wyoming and Temple for the Emerald Bowl. UCLA and Texas for the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl. Notre Dame, Fresno State for the Music City Bowl. Oregon, Illinois in the Sun Bowl. Utah, UTEP in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Ole Miss versus Miami in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Outback Bowl has Arkansas and Purdue. The Cotton Bowl has LSU and Texas Tech. Louisville and Virginia in the Gator Bowl. Alabama and Northwestern in the Capital One Bowl. Connecticut gets an at-large bid for winning the Big East Championship, and they're going to play Georgia in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. And then you got Pac-10 champ against the Big 12 champ in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, USC and Texas A&M. And then the Orange Bowl has Michigan versus NC State, and then Ohio State and Florida in the Rose Bowl National Championship game. That's crazy. Jim Tressel versus Urban Meyer a year early, and it's in the Rose Bowl for the National Championship. Because if you didn't know, if you don't know, Ohio State played Florida in the National Championship, the actual National Championship in 2006, when it was Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer, and Troy Smith was also the quarterback. And Ted Ginn Jr. was on that 2006 Ohio State team as well as Antonio Pittman, a lot of those guys. But man, Ohio State and Florida in the Rose Bowl again for the National Championship. If you don't recall, in the NCAA Football 2002 Let's Play, we made it to the National Championship in the Rose Bowl and played Florida, and we lost to Florida. But can we change that up? I mean, this is the third time we've played Florida in a NCAA Football Let's Play. The first time was NCAA Football 2002, and then it was College Football 25 in the College Football Playoff National Championship. And now here we are again with Florida. That's crazy. Florida and Texas are the only opponents that I've played multiple times in national championship games. The only different opponent I played was when I played NCAA Football 2004, and I played Miami. So now it looks like I'm going to get a bunch of Florida and Texas national championship games, because it definitely seems like that. But anyways, we will play Florida in the national championship in the Rose Bowl in the next episode. So with that, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching this brand new episode of NCAA Football 2006. If you enjoyed it, smack a like on it, subscribe if you're new to this channel. Check out my other videos I've uploaded to my channel. And I shall see you guys next time for more NCAA Football 2006. So with that, I'll see you guys later.